All right, y'all, so I wanted to take some time out today to talk to you guys about how to streamline the fat loss and muscle growth process during the lockdown. Now, of course, as y'all know, all the gyms are closed. Some of them even going bankrupt, which I would imagine that is going to be a trend that ramps up as things go on. This thing is going to last for a lot longer than a month or two. This can last for the majority of the year. Hopefully it doesn't, but word is on the news that it just might. So there's a lot of questions. How do we achieve our fitness goals without access to the treadmills at the gym, the barbells, the dumbbells, all of that type of stuff, the cable machines, all of this type of stuff, right? We got to take a minimalist approach. We got to be able to have some knickknacks here and there to get it done. Now, the primary mode of fitness that I've been engaging in lately is bodyweight exercise and resistance bands. As it stands right now, resistance bands, you can find them online and you can order them, but they're selling out quick all over the place. My go-to is Amazon. And what I'll do is I'll place a link in the description where you can actually go and order your own set of resistance bands. Now, I don't know how valid that link is going to be as time goes on because, you know, these things are selling out like hotcakes. So definitely when you see this video, you're serious about your fitness journey, definitely jump on it, okay? Having said that, now, as far as training goes, if you want to streamline the muscle growth and fat loss process, you don't necessarily do that with split routines, right? So you're not going to have your conventional chest day and back day and arm day and leg day as you would in the gym, right? Because your modalities and the things that you can do are a bit limited. What you can do is you can chip away at your training volume by training for 5 days a week, 6 days a week, or even 7 days a week, depending on what your training duration is. Now, you can do this just using 20, 30, or even 45 minutes to 60 minutes a day for 7 days out of the week with just 3 sets per exercise on everything, right? We're talking full body, right? So every day you're hitting your legs, right? Which is your quads, glutes, and hamstrings. You're hitting your chest, shoulders, and triceps every day. You're hitting your back muscles every day, right? You're hitting your biceps and triceps every day, and you're hitting your abs every day. And just 3 sets, okay? 1 movement for each muscle group, okay? So now typically, I don't really engage with training through isolation exercises for each muscle group, but compound movements where you focus on specific movement patterns. So for example, exercises that target your glutes and quadriceps and hamstrings, let's say, more so quadriceps and glutes, would be something like squats and lunges. Now you can lunge to the side, lateral lunges, you can lunge backwards or split squats, you can lunge forward, you can lunge forward and pivot at the torso, whatever the case may be. You can do squat jumps, just squats, squats with resistance bands, etc. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Same thing for shoulders, right? For shoulders, you're overhead pressing, overhead, right? But that's all vertical pressing for shoulders, right? Maybe some lateral raises, whatever the case is. For chest, you're doing push-ups, whether you're doing push-ups with your feet elevated, you're doing push-ups with your upper body elevated, or you're doing push-ups flat on the ground, you're doing push-ups wide, close, with resistance bands, without, whatever the case is, right? Back, you're either doing vertical pulling or you're doing horizontal pulling, which would either be pull-ups or rows or pull downs and rows, things like that. Bicep curls, the only difference is whether you're doing with your palms up, your palms neutral, or your palms down, right? But either way, if you want to train your biceps, the only thing you need to do is flex your elbows. For your triceps, the only thing you really need to do is extend your elbows, right? Abs, we're talking spinal flexion and spinal pivoting. Okay, that's it. If you want to really shape up your core, you need to flex the abs and pivot. Okay, that means that you flex your abs, working your abs, and you pivot to engage your obliques more so. Okay, if you want to really specifically target your obliques, spinal pivoting is the way to go. So, real simple breakdown. We're just training one specific movement pattern for a group of muscles. Today, I did an exercise, took me 45 minutes, or not an exercise, a workout. Started with banded good mornings. Supersetted that with banded overhead presses, okay? Boom, so I got my glutes and hamstrings out the way, and then I hit my triceps and shoulders, just in those 2 exercises. Moving on, I did push-ups, supersetting that with bicep curls. Got some banded push-ups in, finished it off with bodyweight push-ups, supersetted with bicep curls with the bands. A lot of different variations to do it. I just chose one variation. Next was pull-ups and overhead tricep extensions. Now, you don't have to do overhead tricep extensions. You can do pull-ups and dips if you want, right? You can do bent dips on the edge of a chair. You can do dips if you have access to pull-up parallel bars, whatever the case may be. After that is hanging leg raises and walking lunges. That was my whole workout. Boom, done, easy. Now, you can do a variation of this every day or every other day. But the key component is you do 3 sets per exercise, okay? And you take each set to failure. So you try to crank as many reps, or not to failure, but like 1 or 2 reps away from failure, let's say, right? So you're cramming as much intensity as possible into 3 sets. That's it. And you do that on a daily basis. So if you do 3 sets per day for 7 days a week, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 sets a week. Okay? So you're getting an average of 21 sets a week per muscle group. Now, for conventional hypertrophy programs, right, the upper end of hypertrophy per workout is anywhere between 16 and 20 sets. For some people, it's 16 and 26 or something like that. So doing this 7 days a week, you're getting in enough of training volume to get an effective hypertrophy program going. That's just an example. For some people, you can do 2 sets a day, right? And if you do 2 sets a day, it's going to be less than 21, but still plenty enough, as long as you do that the 7 days. Now, if you're really out of shape, you can just do 1 set, or you can do 2 sets, right? And then you work your way up as you get more in shape. Now, the reason why doing a 7-day-a-week training program during the lockdown is because if you're spending most of your time at home, or you're working from home, or whatever the case is, you're not expending as much energy as you usually do. You're not walking, maybe you're not walking to your lunch break, or walking back from your lunch break, or walking around the office, or whatever the case is, right? You're spending a lot of time on the couch, you're spending a lot of time sitting down at your computer desk, or whatever the case is. You're on the phone, you're processing orders online, you know, at a laptop or computer, whatever the case may be. You're not really going anywhere. You're not walking around a supermarket, you're not walking through movie theaters and shopping malls, all that type of stuff. So this changes your calorie requirement. Being that you're expending less energy, that means that you don't really have to eat as much. But now, of course, if you're walking around the house and you're snacking and all of that type of stuff, it's easy to put on weight. So you counteract that by being active on a daily basis. 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour. Now, normally, I don't suggest that people go to the gym and train 7 days a week, because at the gym, you're lifting much heavier weights, dumbbells, barbells, all of that type of stuff. It taxes your nervous system a lot more. But when you're just working with resistance bands and body weight, you're not crushing your joints and things like that as much. You're not taxing your nervous system as much. And if you're only doing a handful of exercises, 2 or 3 sets at a time, you're able to recover faster. And being that you're spending your time at home in your place of comfort, you can get more rest this way, right? Because you're not running all over the place, waking up in the morning extra early to drive to work, drive back home, and drive to the gym and all of this type of stuff. So now your schedule is a lot easier to maintain. So this is a good idea to do, particularly during the lockdown. Now, this approach may work for you so well that you stick with this for the rest of your life, right? Who knows? You may never get another gym membership ever again. Who knows? But this is very effective. All right. So I'll leave it there. I'll make another video. I'll talk about the approach that we do towards diet, because now, of course, training is very important, because the training is what allows you to burn more body fat than usual and allows you to put on muscle. Diet is very important, but diet does not build muscle without training. And diet is very good for fat loss up until a point. But if you just try to drop down to an ideal body fat percentage without exercise or without an efficient exercise routine, you will hit a plateau that you cannot overcome. So as a fitness coach, as a vegan fitness coach, I feel like this requires 3 videos, okay, of lifestyle changes. So this is the first one involving training. Now, for you, you may have knee injuries, maybe you have back problems, whatever the case is. You have a different fitness level. You don't know if you should be doing 2 sets, 1 set, 3 sets a week. You really don't know how to structure your training program, whatever the case may be. We can get more personalized, where I'm willing to work with you personally, right? All you got to do, shoot me a message, right? Leave a comment, hit one of the links in the bottom to request a consultation, and I can actually get on the phone with you within a few days, or at least sometime this week, right? And actually come up with a customized, personalized meal plan and training program and mindset coaching routine, okay? With you personally. And if you want to work with me, we do weekly calls and daily check-ins to make sure to keep you on track and keep you engaged and on point and keep you very clear and intent and deliberate in your approach on a daily basis. So I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.